Hey everybody, it's Brandy and you're watching Abstract Crafter. Today's video, we got a new canvas lined up for a drill with me. So, if you need some company while you diamond paint, while you work on a craft project, or while you just work on anything, then go gather your materials and join me right after we roll those intro credits. Why, hello, friends. Welcome back. So, we are here with a brand new canvas. I'm getting to work on my Halloween stuff. So, I will fill you in a little bit here on what we're working on, what the plan is. I got some updates. We're going to try to get back into this story thingy that I got going on. I think I named it, what did I call it? Like the Storytime, the emotion story guide. Yes, because it's a list. If you remember from last week, week 1 is what I like to call it. Week 1, I did updates in one video, and then the next 2 videos I did a pair of emotions. And so the whole point of this, if you did not watch those videos, is it's kind of a guide to help me have some talking points. So I came up with a few pairs of words. So, like, it would be one emotion and the closest opposite that I could think of at the time, like happy and sad. So, the whole idea behind it, and I can see some drills that don't belong in this color. So, I'm going to pick them out while I explain to you what this is. So, it's a few sets of paired emotions, and they'll either inspire me to talk about what this emotion means to me, how I deal with it, that kind of thing, or it'll invoke a story. Like last week, I talked about envy and compersion in one, and I talked about how jealousy impacts my life, and then in the second one, I used the pair of lonely and loved, and I talked about how I deal with loneliness, and I told a story about one of the days that I felt the most loved. So that's kind of where I'm going. There is going to be a PDF down below for anybody that would like to either use it to follow along, or if you have a vlog, blog, or a YouTube channel and you would like to use it to help you come up with talking points, that's what it's there for. Or if you just want it just for the heck of it, then it's there for whatever reason that you deem necessary. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about this painting, and then we'll get into some updates. I'm hoping that we'll have time to start working on some of the pairs of words today. But just as a refresher, the pairs that I came up with are, and I already did envy and compersion and lonely and loved. The other pairs I have are happy and sad, scared and brave, ashamed and proud, angry, calm, surprise, anticipation, weakest, strongest, nervous, confident, disgusted, pleased, kind, cruel, stupid, smart, guilt, innocent, annoyed, and serene. So I'll use, if I use one, like if I use happy, I'll use its opposite counterpart, sad, in the same, at the same time. So let's get right into this. I first want to show you, I made this wonderful drill pen. I found these at Menards, and I thought they were just super, super adorable, because not only is it a drill pen, but you can use it as a broom to get rid of dusties on your diamond painting. I don't know if it'll actually work for that. I've yet to test that, but that's the idea. And I have an extra one that I'll be making, and I have a giveaway of some diamond painting accessories and craft supplies for Halloween coming up very, very soon. So stay tuned for that coming up in the very near future here. And on the end here, it's crooked, so I took the crooked one. Hopefully the other one's a little bit more straight, but they're very cheap. It was a $2 pen, so I didn't expect much. I did try to sand it down as best I can, but I actually put this together using UV resin. So it just took literally seconds and it was glued together because I'm not patient. I don't like working with super glue. I don't like waiting for glue to dry. So I just used UV resin. I thought I'd try it. So let's talk about why I am late. Also, oh, no, we're going to talk about this painting. Then I'll do the updates, which will include why I'm late on my second week of trying to get videos up just about every day. I'm also not doing them as premieres this week. It started out strong in the week, but the last two videos, there was very little interaction. I get it. It was a lot. It was just a test run anyway, so I might go back to doing premieres. If I do, it'll most likely just be one a week instead of every drill with me being a premiere. That was a little much. I was just trying to use it as a way to chat with you guys while the video is live, but that's hard to do when you're watching a drill with me, I guess. So we'll save the live chats for the live videos when those happen, and do premieres just maybe once a week just to kind of check in with each other and stuff like that. So the reason I am late this week in getting these videos up, and I have a good reason, and it's a happy one. It's not a sad one. For once in my life, I have a good reason for being late. Besides the fact that it was the kids' first week in school, and I had a lot to do to get them set up and ready and going. It's my son's third year at this online school and my daughter's first year. So we had to get her settled and situated. So it took a lot out of me. And on top of that, we have a new family member. I'm going to tell you a little story about this. So, and tell you how we ended up with this family member. And it starts with my mom getting new family members. So when we moved here, we took all the pets with us because it was either me or my son had brought them into the house. So they were technically our animals, I guess. They're family pets. We don't look at animals like pets if they live with us. Oh, shoot. Look at that one's all convex. Can you see the shine, how it's bouncing off of it? It would have never stuck to the canvas. It's bubbled outward. So I'll just have to replace that later on. Anyhow, so when we moved in here, we took the pets with us, obviously. And my mom has always had cats her entire life. And she wanted to spend some time getting the house repainted after we left and kind of deep cleaned and treat it like it's a brand new house. You know, she lived with all of us for so long that it was such a mishmash of all of our home. So she was spent some time making it her own. And when she was done with that and she was ready to bring new pets in, we actually, around the time when she decided she might start looking and might be a little bit ready to bring in a new family member, one of my son's friends had a litter of kittens that became ready, and they were actually asking him if he knew anybody that was looking for a new cat. And my mom decided on two of them so that they would come into the house, each having a playmate and a little buddy to make the transition easy. Well, when the cats arrived to her, they were very, skittish and scared, which is normal for new kittens. I mean, they're being taken away from their mom and their brothers and sisters and being thrust into an environment that's brand new to them. And unfortunately, we found out that the cats basically were being taken care of by other cats, and they had very little human interaction. And it was kind of obvious. I think I even called them feral. And, they acted like they were feral. I didn't actually think they were feral, but they acted like it. And we found out later on that she had so many litters of kittens recently that by this, we actually have a cat. My son has a cat from her very first litter. And these cats were apparently her very last litter. And So at first, when this was all happening, she was able to, be very hands-on in caring for them. And by this litter, she just kind of wasn't able to keep up with them and kind of let the cats take care of themselves. So the cats knew very little of human interaction. They were hissing at us and they wouldn't let us hold them. They were very, very scared, very protective, more so than kittens normally are. And they were kind of small for their size. And due to some extenuating circumstances, we found out some very unfortunate information about the cats. Something that would make me very angry. Just besides the fact that they weren't well cared for. Like I said, cats to me, pets in general, oops, I'm bouncing us, are not just cats and dogs to me. To me, now I know not everybody thinks this way, but to me, a pet is a family member and they should be treated with just as much respect as everybody else in the house. Like, to me, just being human, it just gives me a greater sense of responsibility and need to want to care for these animals. I want to be somebody that they can count on. I want them to feel like part of the family. And my mom is very much so the very same way. So, and we've had cats our entire life, so we knew something wasn't quite right. And after finding out, that they weren't very well cared for, they were very tiny, found out that, in fact, there was 13 other cats in this house that we had gotten them from. My mom and I had a conversation about how she felt grateful to have been able to get these 2 cats and save them from that environment and kind of bring them into a more loving environment where they would be more cared for than they currently were. And so I, after giving it some thought, and if you watched my video last week about how I was feeling lonely, I decided that if I couldn't take them all home and give them proper love and rehome them myself, I could at least give one a good home and maybe get a decent companion. So I got myself a little baby girl. So why don't I want to insert a picture here. So if you're not watching, now would be the time to look. Everybody meet Umbra. She is an absolute beauty and I love her to death. She is super, super tiny. It's normal for cats to be a little tiny, but I can feel every bone in her back. And she eats like a little piggy. So I feel like she was also the runt. So she, I'm guessing, ate last or had to be really protective of the food she got. But I give her all the food that I feel like she can handle. I don't allow her to overeat. Don't worry. I'm not stupid. This is probably like my 50th cat I've ever had my entire life. And I've cared for all types of cats. I've cared for sick cats and I've held cats that died in my arms due to health issues, or in this particular case, it was one that was abandoned by her mom at birth and she didn't have long to live. I tried bottle feeding her and it just didn't work out that way, but that's a really, really sad story and I don't want to get into it too much or I will cry. So, and I've taken care of nasty and mean cats and I've taken care of the most loving and gentle cats. So I've had many, many cats in my life. Now I know not everybody is a cat lover. I am. And it just dawned on me that I didn't talk to you about this painting. So I'll do that as soon as I tell you the story, okay? I promise I'm almost done. So yes, I've had all types of cats and I was up for the challenge after seeing my mom's 2 babies. And I will insert some pictures here of ones that I was able to get of her cats. So right here we have a picture of Carl. Yes, Carl. And here is a picture of Steve. These are my mom's boys. And after knowing how they were, I was prepared for how Umbra would be. And she did hiss at me quite a bit. And it took a little bit of time, not much. I was surprised at how quickly we were able to get her to be comfortable. And I mean, I can fit her in the palm like this, and she sits comfortably in my hands. It's just, she is the most darling thing. But she has brought already so much joy to my life. I am enjoying having somebody to take care of. I am enjoying having the companionship. She sleeps with me at night. She is absolutely wonderful, and I cannot wait to see how she grows and how she changes. And as much as I love the way kittens are and all their little interactions and how robotic they are when they first start moving around, and they're getting used to their little limbs and the way they run. Like, she does this weird little thing where she kicks her butt up in the air when she runs, and her little back legs are so stiff, and she is just the most adorable thing. But I cannot wait to see what she is like as an adult, as a teenager, as an adult, as she grows in general. I feel so honored to get to give her a nice and loving home. And my mom feels much the same way. That's just the kind of people we are. I've told you guys before, I will always give more love and care to other people before myself, and it's the same for animals. I have so much love in my heart that I want to give it to as many living beings as I possibly can. So, obviously that was a little bit more hands-on than I anticipated. It was something I didn't actually think would happen. I had no plans on getting a new pet so soon after moving in here. I honestly thought the next pet I got was going to be a new dog for Tyrion, a new playmate for Tyrion. So, it was a little bit of a surprise, but a happy surprise. And so it took a couple days to help get her adjusted. And she's too small to let her come downstairs in the basement where my filming area is. And I have to, obviously with 2 adult cats and a dog, I need to keep an eye on her. And I need to help feed her, get her adjusted to food, because she's having some horrible eating issues right now. Like I said, I feel like she had to fight for her food. So she's been, when she goes poo-poo, she cries. So I'm working on... Oh my god, I just heard her meowing through the ceiling. I'm going to have to go check on her. But just to finish my thought, I am working on getting her on a new eating regimen to get it so that... Because the first few days she had really bad, like, runny poo-poos. I don't want to get too graphic. And now she's finally coming around a little bit, so I'm working through it. So she needs to have special food, and I have to watch that so that the other cats don't steal it. But I am going to go check on her momentarily. I'm going to pause. I'll let you know how she's doing. But I can hear her literally crying. I have the most open vents. They're just not soundproof. So I'm going to go check on her and see how she's doing. And I am a little nervous about being down here filming for so long. So let me go check on her. And then we'll get into this painting that you've been watching me work on. And I don't think I explained it. Maybe I did. I don't think I did. If I did, I'm sorry that I'm going to be explaining it again. All right. Be right back, friends. Okay, she is fine, my friends. It was actually my son's cat, Spook, which he was introduced in a video. And when I thought he was a girl, I had named her Sylvanas. So, it was him. He has a very quiet meow. So, 2 things I want to mention, and then we'll move on from this, is that Umbra has adjusted extremely well. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. There's a dang bug, a gnat. It's It's wet, and I don't know why I have so many bugs lately in the basement. Well, I was about to say I don't know why I have so many bugs lately in the basement, but duh, it's a basement. It's almost wintertime in Wisconsin. So, Umbra, the name, I got that from one of the, it was a article I read of the top 10 cat names that come from astrology. And I'm big into astrology. Big, big, big. And I do plan on doing an astrology related video in the future. And her name is kind of a complicated way of explaining it. So as simply as I can, and any other astrology people, please don't nitpick this. It's just the most basic way of explaining it that I could think of. It's the dark spots on the sun or the shadows, and they call those Umbra, I guess. There's, like I said, there's probably a better way of explaining that, but I just liked it because she's gray, so shadowy. I think it has something to do with being calm or something too. I am not 100% sure. I just fell in love with it. We're also big Pokemon fans in this house, so it kind of reminded me of Umbreon. So if she would have been a boy, that's probably what I went with. And the other thing having to do with her is that she is doing amazingly well. She is no longer hissing at us. She has completely spruced up, and she is running around and loving life and getting doted on every second of the day. And she is doing amazing. I just need to get her food stuff under control. And for this time and this time only, I will ask if anybody knows if that is common for kittens to cry when they go poo-poo. I've never experienced that myself. I've also never had a cat so small that I had to physically carry her to the bathroom. So even when I had the one die in my arms, she was not even as small as Umbra. So if that's normal, please let me know. Or if you know why she might be crying when she goes poo-poo. Not pee-pee, just poo-poo. And I'm trying to be PC when I say these words because nobody wants to really hear or talk about these things. But it's just definitely something that's been very concerning to me. And I'm going to bring her to the vet. But maybe somebody can help fill me in and tell my appointment and ease my mind a little bit, or give me more questions that I should be bringing up to the vet about this particular issue. So let's move on. So the reason I am questioning what I did and didn't tell you is because I've already filmed this once, and I kept having to pause, and then I was stumbling through remembering what I said, so I thought, you know what, let's just start over. Let's just start fresh and get out what I need to say. I don't know why lately I've been stumbling on my videos a lot more, like when I start them. I don't know what it is. It's like I'm thinking about it too much. I'm trying too hard or something. I don't know. But, so this painting is from EverShine, and there will be a link up in the eye for it. It's a Halloween one. It's a haunted house. I think that's what I named it even. I think I did this video in conjunction with ASQZD, whatever, ABCD. I know the name of it. It's escaping me right now. But this is like, I don't know, I think it's like a 35 by 45. It's much too small. I should have got a bigger one. The details, they're going to be pretty blurry and fuzzy, and you're not really going to be able to tell what it is. And I think I go through this painting point by point in that video. So if you haven't seen it, go get caught up so you know what I'm talking about. And obviously I would have inserted a picture long ago, realizing that I forgot to mention this painting. So that is what we're working on for this week's Draw With Me. I have decided to put the Hoocan one away for a little while. Until I can decide what I want to do with it, if I even want to complete it, or if I'm just gonna get it from a different company that I know will do a better job with it. That's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm just kind of putting it aside right now and sitting on it thinking on it, I'm kind of leaning more toward not caring so much and just cutting my losses, I guess, because I only paid $30 for it. It's a giant painting. There's so many issues with it. I'd rather just buy a new one and not have the same worries, and then I'll have all those extra drills, because more than anything, I love having extra drills. I'm a hoarder, don't you know? And I know I say that half jokingly, but it comes from a real place. I am a hoarder. So, since we only have a few minutes left for this video, we're not going to get into any of the emotional pairs in this one, but tomorrow I'll come back and we'll get into some more emotional stuff. But next week's format will be very different. It won't be drill with me's, but to make up for it, I have an entire week of framing videos. So I'll have 3 videos, because I have a Sophie and Toffee unboxing for next week. I have a really fun Dollar Tree Halloween craft video, and I'm dropping my drills all over because they're very humid. The humidity is really getting to them. It's the opposite of having my static issue, but so yes, I will be doing a different kind of framing. It's something new that I haven't personally seen. There may be variations of it, but it's new. It's a different kind of way to frame. Then I have another one where I'm going to be fixing some canvases and reframing them. And those were from the Project Amazon. They were some chalkboard ones that I did, and I thought that I could replace some of the drills. And when I initially asked people if they'd be interested in it, it was an overwhelming response that people were very interested in it. So I want to give you wonderful people what you want. I am here for you as much as I'm here for me. So I'm going to do that. And that'll be more traditionally framed, but it'll kind of be more of like a framing and chatting video. And then I have something new for a sealing video. I don't want to say what it is, because I don't want someone to beat me to it. But it's a new way to seal your diamond paintings. We're going to do an experiment and see how well it works. And I am beyond excited about it because I have a super good feeling. I think that this idea I have will not only enhance the shine, but also make it stronger. So I know that that's been a big thing with sealants, is finding something that won't dull the sparkle that you get, but also seal it at the same time. And I know some people have had luck with some different glues and stuff, but this I think you're going to be very pleased by what I have to show you. So I'm going to end this portion here for today. Come back tomorrow. Join me tomorrow. We'll be working on this haunted house some more, and we will be able to get right into working on the emotion story guide, is what I've named it. And I haven't decided. I might talk about angry and calm, the thing, like stories relating to that, but I kind of also want to talk about scared and brave, and then kind and cruel. There's a few stories I have that I to go with those, so I might be able to get through all of those, and we'll see. Also, next week, the reason that there will be there'll only be 3 is, like I said, I got the Dollar Tree crafts, and I also have a thrift store haul, and I'm gonna be having, not saying all this is next week, but this is the stuff coming up. It's already been filmed, so it's coming. I also have the Halloween diamond painting accessory and crafting giveaway coming out, so stay tuned for that. It's going to be kind of like a scavenger hunt style. I have, if you didn't see the last video that I put up from In Love Arts with the stampers, I have a project video coming out for that. Coming up, the Sophie and Toffee unboxing, like I mentioned. What else did I have coming up? I'm looking around to see what I have sitting out, ready to go. There's a lot. I have a lot. I've been really brainstorming and trying to come up with some good ideas to share with you guys. Some more stuff that's not just pure unboxings and reviewing already made craft kits and stuff. So we'll get there. But all right, come back tomorrow and we'll get into some more personal stories and all that fun stuff. So, all right, guys, with that, I'm going to let you go. Have an awesome day. Have fun doing whatever it is that truly, truly makes you happy. I love you, friends, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.